Thank you for attending the Magic Leap webinar today. Excited to share more about Magic Leap 2 and some of our awesome solutions that are available on the device. Today, we'll be covering more about Magic Leap 2's features, capabilities, and benefits, and then talking about more market specific solutions like our partner Geopogo and what they're bringing to the AEC market. Quickly, I'll go through some introductions. My name is Carlos Figueroa. I'm the Director of Global Channel Strategy here at Magic Leap. I work with our distributors and channel partners to bring this product to market. With me, I've got Mike from Geopogo. Mike, you want to give a quick intro on yourself?
Yes. Hi, Carlos. My name is Michael Hoppy. I'm the creative director here at Geopogo, and we are excited to present what we have developed for the Magic Leap 2.
Awesome. Quickly, we'll go through our agenda. Here's everything we'll cover today in this webinar. Talk more about Magic Leap. We'll give you an overview on spatial computing and how Magic Leap is transforming the future of work. We'll cover details on the benefits, features, and capabilities of the Magic Leap 2 device. And then I'll pass it over to Mike to discuss the use cases and their solution, Geopogo. So going through this, a little bit about Magic Leap. Magic Leap is a leader in AR and spatial computing. We are a pioneer in the space, bringing devices that help untap potential at work, seeing our technology implemented in many different use cases and solutions, which we'll cover some today. But our mission is to deliver the enterprise customer a powerful tool that will transform their business and help them unlock collaboration, creativity, and other ways of working. A little bit about the intro to spatial computing. Buzzword that gets thrown around a lot is the metaverse. And Magic Leap views the metaverse. Our position in it is the ability to integrate and overlay digital content into your physical world. As this technology transforms work, we'll see significant amounts of spend and investments made over the next few years to ensure that this becomes ubiquitous with our day-to-day operations. We feel that AR will establish an entirely new precedent for work and collaboration in the enterprise, allowing businesses to operate at much greater speed and scale than we've ever seen before. Magic Leap is a pioneer in augmented reality, and we see adoption being driven by validating critical needs for AR in enterprise applications and having commercial adoption drive credibility of the technology. So, how do we see augmented reality transforming work? Well, really, it's all about driving measurable ROI. We worked with IDC to gather some information about how AR is driving measurable ROI with customers. We've seen globally that 63% of companies that are using AR actively have seen a measurable return on investment. We also see that 62% of companies that are using AR are using service-based AR experiences to drive that ROI, just like Geopogo, which we will cover today. Next, I'll cover Magic Leap 2 and talk about some of the features, capabilities, and benefits. The Magic Leap 2 is 50% smaller, 20% lighter, and has a 100% larger field of view when compared to the Magic Leap 1. Our next gen headset is improved in many different ways, whether it's ergonomics, performance, or the fidelity of the visuals. Looking at the device, it comes in three components. We have the Magic Leap headset, which it's lighter, faster, better field of view. From a weight perspective, it's about as light as a pair of Bose headphones. Next, I'll talk about the compute pack. Our compute pack is packed with a ton of performance and capabilities. It has 2 to 3 times more performance than our previous Magic Leap 1, has about a 3.5 hour battery life, and uses Bluetooth and USB connectivity to be able to add other inputs and modalities. Lastly, we have the controller, which is like the mouse for your AR experiences. This is a 6-DoF controller with proprietary tracking and allows you to use the controller for navigation or different inputs while also having the capability of having hand tracking, as well as I mentioned, with Bluetooth, you can connect other inputs. Now let's talk about some of the benefits and differentiators. First, we'll talk about the industry leading optics. We have best in class image performance in Magic Leap 2, which enables text legibility, deep, rich graphics, and very complex models, which Geopogo will talk about, that allows you to visualize digital content overlaid on top of your physical world. Next, we have doubled the field of view. Our field of view is 70 degrees field of view. We'll talk more about the specifics on that next, but this is best in class from a field of view perspective in an augmented reality device. We'll talk more in depth about our dimming technology. We pioneered what we call global and segmented dimming that allows you to control how much ambient light enters your experience and allows you to use your device in bright ambient light environments. Lastly, for our optics, we've improved our sensors and algorithms. We have over 18 sensors and cameras on the device. We have proprietary algorithms that allow us to enhance the experience and interact with digital content placed and overlaid in specific areas where it should be. A little bit more about our increased field of view. We have best in class optics, but our field of view has been improved by, instead of expanding that horizontally, we've expanded that vertically. This allows you to see a 6-foot object from 6 feet at full scale. It also enhances the user experience, alleviating any neck fatigue or any constraints when wearing an augmented reality device for extended periods of use. All of this to say that we have best in class from a text legibility, a graphics quality, imaging perspective, and the overall fidelity is far more superior than anything else on the market. I mentioned our dimming technology. So we have global and segmented dimming. This allows us to control how much ambient light is entering the experience. Prior to the launch of Magic Leap 2, it was quite difficult to see digital content in a high ambient bright environment. With our 32 layers in our optical stack, we can then start to dim the light and the experience to ensure that you're able to see those digital objects and interact with your content. Or we can do it in a segmented dimming version where we can just dim a portion of the optical stack to ensure that you can see different interactions, whether it's a menu or a specific task. You're able to enhance the user experience by dimming the entire screen on the augmented reality device or a portion of it. So those are some of the features and capabilities. We also wanted to talk about manageability. When we talk about enterprise ready, it's about being able to manage a fleet of devices while they're out in the field. The Magic Leap 2 device is capable of doing that. And we work with several different partners to bring that capability to market. We're currently enabled with VMware and their Workspace ONE solution, Manage XR, and Arbor XR. And we're working with numerous other partners that will be enabled in the first half of 2023. What's exciting is that we have the ability to do a zero touch enrollment. Literally scan the QR code. From there, you can push all of your settings and capabilities to the device. And then from there, while the device is in the field, you can then manage applications, user settings, everything remotely. Something that IT managers are always pleased to hear. So quickly, here's a recap of the Magic Leap 2. We have an AOSP device, so it is native Android. We have best in class performance, and from a speeds and feed perspective, nothing else in market really compares today. Quickly, I'll talk about use cases and solutions, and then I'll pass it over to Mike to walk us through Geopogo's solution. So with the Magic Leap 2, we're focused on 3 primary use cases that stretch across many different verticals and business sectors. We have seen product market fit in the 3D design and visualization market, which Geopogo is addressing today. We also have the ability to enhance collaboration and remote support, as well as being able to solve use cases for guided instructions and training. These are all great horizontal use cases. And I'm excited to pass it over to Mike to talk about Geopogo and how they're bringing a solution on the Magic Leap 2 for the AEC market. Mike, I'll pass it over to you.
Perfect. Yes, hello everyone. Geopogo is an augmented reality startup based in Berkeley, California. And so we provide AR software for the AEC industry, which is architecture, engineering, and construction. And our software works with commonly used programs in the industry like Autodesk Revit and SketchUp. So with Geopogo's solution, architects, engineers, and contractors can use our platform to import their 3D models, whether it's from Autodesk Revit, SketchUp, or other programs, and they can digitally project their designs at full scale on and off site. And so this provides a great ability to see and review designs in the real world before people commit to construction. And so this has solved a great deal of pain points in the industry, such as construction rework, design changes during construction, which create a great deal of change orders, and of course, being able to bring design clarity to clients where they could not before understand construction drawings, things like blueprints, or even design boards. So this video here to the right is a live video capture in the Magic Leap 2. And this is utilizing the segmented dimming feature that Carlos was talking about. What segmented dimming allows us to do is we can take models outdoors or in any different lighting conditions. And the models are opaque, they look and feel real and believable, and clients can walk through an entire design on site and see the whole building, house, um, any kind of architectural project before they commit to construction. So this is very incredible new technology for people. And of course, the main aim here is that you can create virtual mockups of designs. Now, the target buyers for this in the AEC industry, in architectural firms, construction firms, and facilities and operating, is typically always going to be the VDC, the BIM visualization managers. That's the top people that you want to go to be able to sell the solution. So, of course, what we're able to do with the software and the platform is you can import in a bunch of different design options, design types, and you're able to then switch those out on site as you go and do your presentations. And so this here is an example of a little tiny house. And so tiny homes are spreading their way across the world. And so this particular project we worked on was, of course, placing this tiny house in someone's backyard so they could, in fact, see it, understand it, go through it. And you'll see in a minute, the power of the technology is not just viewing models from the outside, but you can, of course, walk inside the models. And you can go and see all the detail. Everything the architect had detailed can be seen in AR. And we can go and walk through the kitchen, the living room, the bedrooms, the bathrooms. And it's really fascinating. And of course, the technology is not just limited to residential construction. We've done projects on commercial interior fit ups. This project here was for a developer. And so it was a showcase to say, how could we do entire office floor plates using AR to show would-be buyers? These are people who sign leases for commercial office space, that they could walk through the future office, or they could even test out design options before they committed to signing that lease. So they could ensure that that space was in fact the right space for them. And again, going back to the pain points and value propositions, a lot of people sign leases or they'll sign drawings without fully understanding. And so when construction starts, that's when confusion really starts to happen. So this gives people a window of opportunity to look into the future before they commit. And finally, the last major piece of this is the larger use case. So in previous use cases, we had shown people were viewing homes, they're able to go inside, they saw commercial floor plates. We're also now working with Magic Leap and Oracle to bring a construction management use case to the platform. And this will allow contractors and technicians to go on site, utilize the BIM model from Autodesk Revit, and overlay entire designs of large facilities one to one directly on site. And so when you do this kind of thing, you're able to then perform clash detection between new construction and existing conditions. You can better coordinate. You can coordinate with trades. You can overlay mechanical, electrical, structural, and you can begin to say, as you walk through the site and you start identifying clashes or you start identifying where things in the design don't work, you can catch them before you start building. Because remember, once you start building and there's design errors and you have to do change orders, construction costs start to go up. So this is a great opportunity to mitigate construction rework and the risk of having to tear down and rebuild things. So that's all. And to get started, you can scan this QR code here to the left, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Mike, thanks so much for walking us through that. Really excited to see how Magic Leap and Geopogo partner together to bring use case specific solutions to market, especially addressing the AEC market, which is very complicated, complex industry with lots of processes and what I would say variables based off of changes and impacts to projects. I think based off of what you showed us today, Magic Leap 2 and Geopogo can streamline some of the workflow processes and some of the sales and marketing tools to help the entire industry streamline their business and bring some very useful solutions to the market.
That's correct. Thank you, Carlos. And I think I like what you said. It brings a lot of complexity and, things that can be very confusing to people, and it creates clarity and understanding out of that.
Absolutely. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope that this was insightful and helpful. Please reach out to either Michael or myself for any questions, any support that we can offer. And we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you all very much.